Industries of Titan. Well, what you're seeing here is the very early beta release of Industries of Titan. As you can tell, there is a lot missing, and to be honest, I don't think that this version should have been handed out to reviewers because there is so little in the actual game. But I'll go through what we actually have here. To start with, we have the setting, which is Titan, which has already been colonized, and many of those settlements which have been built on Titan have been abandoned. And it's down to you as a fledgling little company to salvage and rebuild the city to your design whilst fending off rebel incursions and dealing with all sorts of other things. At least that will be in the in future releases. For right now, there's very little there. It's very much bare bones at the moment. So to start with, we have the first mechanic, which is scanning and deciding to salvage buildings. It's also very simple, but I also have to wonder how many of these will you actually end up doing before it becomes a huge chore, because looking at the map, there's a lot. So I'm hoping they'll maybe put in some sort of automation feature in that. I mean, maybe if there was a bit more added to the process, that maybe added risk or opportunity. I mean, a bit like the fall winter home scenario in Frostpunk, where when you salvaged a building, you could end up with a certain situation which would either give you extra workers at the cost of happiness, for example, or yeah, other things like that. So certain random events that could maybe add a bit of spice to the whole process. You can also mine certain tiles, particularly for minerals and isotopes, but that's not really worth going to because it's pretty simple, nothing really special at the moment. Now, the first mechanic is the interior design. Oh, sorry, the next mechanic is the interior design of buildings, which seems kind of interesting. You know, you can imagine being able to sort of design the inside and outside of your city. So, but again, I also have to wonder as to how many of these buildings would end up designing in the final game, because again, designing a huge city full of buildings which I have to reconfigure internally might take a hell of a long time and might make it not quite as interesting, but more of a grind. Um, so yeah, moving on to another mechanic is the spaceport and the council. Spaceport allows you to recruit new colonists, and that's largely about it, really. Council at the moment doesn't do anything except act as a trader. But judging from what I've seen in the game, it appears that you'll have to sort of butter them up to get certain perks and gain their favor, and they'll be like sort of in between other factions. But again, that's not in the current beta version. Right now, if I had to judge on what I've seen here in its early beta, which is what you're seeing now, then I'm sorry to say that it just doesn't look that promising. But that being said, I would definitely look out for the updated version when it comes out, and hopefully it will give a much better picture of how the game will actually play, and to try and how much the city will actually look alive. Because right now all you're doing is just building little buildings which don't really have that much flair. I'll put it that way. Um, yeah. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, there are still tons and tons of bugs. I had the tutorial things just sort of glitch out on me a few times. I've even had some instances where it's just where when it went to the external view, and then it's all of a sudden the screen went black, and then you had right in the center, just like all the levels seemed to just mash together. It was kind of strange. So yeah, there's a lot of bugs that need to be worked out. One thing that does stick out for me so far is the audio design, which I think is rather good, and the music and the voices do a good job of helping to set the tone and the setting of the story of the universe. in terms of the setting, it's quite unique in that it's doing things from a future where a planet, a moon like Titan, has already been colonized, but at the same time, I think it just it seems kind of limiting because I don't think it would give the same sense of exploration and making Titan your own planet compared to if it was like the early days of colonizing the Saturnian moon. Um, so I am actually kind of curious as to how the developer will flesh out the world and try and keep things fresh and interesting and something that will hopefully draw the player into the universe. So, but again, not really. I don't know. There isn't that much to actually say about this game until we get a much better version with more features. Because right now it is very, very crude. So, anyway, that's Industries of Titan. At the moment, I will be keeping a lookout for this game, and I will produce another video when there's a new version. So bye for now. If you enjoy my videos, check out the rest. Of course, remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, or even share. Bye for now.